and the visitors from Slovenia, Petrol Olimpija. It's game day number 7 of the 3rd season of the Basketball Champions League, and it's a special one because it rounds up what's essentially the first round of games. Obviously 8 teams per group, including here in Group D, and each team has currently faced off against each other except for these 2. And obviously the other 3 matchups that we'll talk about in Group D. So Besiktas comes into this one 2 wins, 4 losses in the first 6 game days. We take a look at the results. Ostend getting a big win last night against Strasbourg. Medi Bayreuth winning against Neptunus Klaipėda. And then we're also going to see undefeated Segafredo Bologna against Prometheus Patras later today. But for this one here in Turkey, it's 2 teams kind of on the struggle. Obviously, with Besiktas, like you said, 2 wins, 4 losses for a team that usually is pretty strong in Europe. Meanwhile, the visitors, Petrol Olimpija, come in with 1 win and 5 losses. As you saw there, Blaz Mečček warming up. And Petrol Olimpija struggling so much that they've had to make a coaching change. So we're going to see Sasa Nikodovic, who replaces Zoran Martic. As we take a look at the standings, of course, Bologna at the top, 6 wins, no losses. And that game against Prometheus is going to be a big one here later on. Meanwhile, if you look at the bottom, teams 7 and 8 currently are the 2 teams featured in tonight's matchup. Obviously looking to turn things around. Still plenty of action in the BCL. Obviously, you get to play all the teams home and away. So the fortune that you had in the first round does not necessarily mean it will happen the same way in the second round. Meanwhile, you see Ivan Buva, who's been probably the most consistent player for Besiktas, comes in averaging 17 points per game on 58% shooting. He'll be counted on going inside. Meanwhile, for Petrol Olimpija, they've had different guys step up, but most lately it's been Michal Lapornik, who now averages 13.5 points per game, though he's also got a lot of help from Jan Span, the young Slovenian guard, leads his team in scoring at 14 points per game. And we see now the lineup and roster for Petrol Olimpija. Obviously, Scotty Reynolds, the veteran, still comes in and contributes, averaging double figures and close to 6 assists. But for this team, it will be a question about whether or not they can slow down Besiktas inside. Petrol Olimpija has struggled to do so thus far. Only Bonn have conceded more points per game off turnovers, consequently, than Olimpija. Meanwhile, for Besiktas, Joe Alexander, Robin Benzig, the big guys who will be counted on to provide a little athleticism. A couple other players have been playing well. Jason Rich, getting another veteran, and then Phil Pressey, who had his run in the NBA, now in Turkey, more of a floor general for this Besiktas team. So we're going to do player introductions for the team out of Ljubljana, Petrol Olimpija. You see there Marvin Jones, Jan Span. This is a team that comes in near the bottom in scoring, just 74 points per game, giving up for 28th. Meanwhile, they are second to last in assists as well, and about the middle of the table for rebounding. So Petrol Olimpija with still a lot of room to grow. They also have lost 5 consecutive games in the Adriatic Division I League. So in total, currently riding a 7-game losing streak, which has put them at 7-15 on the season. And obviously that's why they felt the need to make a coaching change. Meanwhile, now we introduce Besiktas, starting off with Phil Pressey. The veteran Erkan Veseloglu. Robin Benzig, the big man out of Germany, who's also averaging double figures. Dusan Chantekin, 7'3". You see him there standing tall. Hasn't had much playing time. just under 5 minutes per game. Not much of a scorer, though we can give those labels to Ivan Buva and Jason Rich, who will most definitely be looking for the shots. And there we see Coach Dusko Ivanovic shaking hands with new coach Sasa Nikitovic. And as always, players showing the sportsmanship before we tip off, shaking hands and exchanging pleasantries. Meanwhile, the referees for tonight's game are none other than Tomas Jasevičius from Lithuania, Vilius Machulaitis, also from Lithuania, and then Sebastian Klivis from Switzerland, who we'll get a proper introduction for through the camera here momentarily. Meanwhile, it'll be interesting to see if Besiktas can win a game at home. A team that's been so dominant here in Turkey in the BCL, have not won any of their last 3 home games, 1 draw and 2 losses, after winning 13 of their first 15 home games in the competition over the first 2 years. Meanwhile, Petrol Olimpija have won only 1 of their last 10 games in the BCL. So like I said, these are 2 teams who really need a win and find each other matching up probably at the right time, right before there's going to be a short break in the Basketball Champions League while we have the international break next week as part of the World Cup qualifiers. And once again, there are the referees we mentioned, Jasevičius, Machulaitis, and Klivas from Lithuania and Switzerland. Just to remind you, this is the 3rd season of the Basketball Champions League. 32 teams contesting throughout the regular season with 4 groups of 8 teams each. And the 4 best-ranked teams from each group advance to the playoffs. Meanwhile, starting lineup for Olimpija, Scotty Reynolds, Drazen Bubnic, Alexander Lazic, Mihal Lepornik, and Mirza Begic. So some Slovenian flavor. And of course, Scotty Reynolds still running the point. And we'll probably see Jan Span come off the bench for Sasa Nikitovic. Meanwhile, Besiktas will get their starting 5 here. We've seen a couple changes in the lineup, but tonight it's going to be Phil Pressey and Jason Rich in the backcourt, Erkan Vesiloglu and Joe Alexander playing the wings in the front court, and then Ivan Buva inside. And they will most likely give the ball to Buva as much as possible. They like to run the offense through him, does Dusko Ivanovic. He gets a lot of post touches, takes his time on the block, has a very good footwork in their low post. Meanwhile, a chance for Vesiloglu and Joe Alexander to get off out of a shooting slump. Both of them currently struggling a little bit, shooting from beyond the arc. Vesiloglu just at 20%, Alexander not even there. But we'll see if the home fans can provide some energy. Another guy I look out for is Kenan Sapahi, the young Turkish guard. Started at the Eurobasket for Turkey when he was just 21 years old. Now 23, comes off the bench for Besiktas. Averages almost 5 points per game, is very, very active defensively. Also, phenomenal passer is Sapahi. So we're just about ready for the opening tip here. Alexander Lazic, number 8, 6'8" small forward. One of the better rebounders on this team. is the Bosnian player. So Joe Alexander will face off against Mirza Begic. Alexander always been a high riser since his West Virginia days. So we are officially live and underway here as Besiktas in white against Petrol Olimpija in black. Here's Vesiloglu looking to get the ball inside to Buva, who ends up sending a screen for Jason Rich, and it's stripped away as Lapornik comes away with the steal. Scotty Reynolds thought about it. Here's Scotty Reynolds again, top of the key. Gets the ball inside to Begic. Oh, Pressy able to poke it away. 3-on-2 opportunity here for Besiktas. Rich to the corner. Vesiloglu, lefty from three, no good. So still scoreless here in the early going. Scotty Reynolds, another turnover. This time Pressy able to intercept it in the passing lane. Jason Rich, trailer three, banks it in. And Besiktas on the board first thanks to a Jason Rich transition three. Now Pressy pressuring Scotty Reynolds a little bit too much there in the backcourt. Picks up the foul. See there, Pressy just a little bit behind. Lazic over to Bubnic. Oh, the skip pass. Lapornik in the corner. His three-pointer a little bit long. And great hustle. The Vesiloglu comes away with it. Oh, Rich, the lob to Joe Alexander. What a find and flush there for Besiktas as Rich and Alexander connect on the alley-oop. And a bright start here for the home side. Scotty Reynolds. There's Lapornik again. Good pressure from Rich. Lapornik, tough fadeaway jump shot. He nails it for the first basket for Olimpija. So Jason Rich calling out the play. Phil Pressy playing off the ball. Oh, another nice little fadeaway. Jason Rich knocks down the mid-range jump shot, and he's already 2 for 2 plus an assist. Meanwhile, Reynolds finds the trailing Bezic, and he knocks down the long two. So Begic, 7'1", showing you a little bit of touch. Begic comes in at 9 points per game, and it's a turnover there. Oh, breakaway opportunity. Bubnic throws down the one-handed jam. And 6 quick points for Olimpija. So we've seen a few turnovers here already in the early going, leading to some easy opportunities. Meanwhile, Rich can make it 3 for 3. Alexander looking to bank it, just a little off. Oh, the lob from Reynolds. Terrible pass, but it somehow finds Bubnic, and he lays it up and in. So Olimpija now with their first lead of the night, 8-7. Meanwhile, here's Buva, who's yet to get a shot attempt. And another steal from Olimpija. They've done a good job getting into using deflections on the low post touches. Meanwhile, Begic, a little turnaround, lefty jump hook leaves Buva stunned. Buva anticipated the help to come. No one was there. It's 10 straight points now on the last 5 possessions for Olimpija. Pressy skips it over to Vesiloglu, who gets inside, can't finish the layup. Buva's there for the rebound, put back, and draws a foul. He'll get a chance to complete the three-point play from the foul line. So Ivan Buva finally on the board. See there again that lob from Jason Rich to Joe Alexander, who elevates to throw it down. Meanwhile, Buva knocks down the free throw. And the and one ties the game. Here Scotty Reynolds has room. Three-pointer no good. Buva chases down the rebound. Quick outlet to Pressey. Here comes Alexander. Oh, strong to the rim. Gets taken out by Begic. So you gotta like that aggressive play there from Alexander. Meanwhile, Miroslav Begic not letting anything easy. Alexander went for the strong finish before crashing to the floor. And Begic will head to the bench. Switch on the first free throw for Joe Alexander. Meanwhile, Marvin Jones checks in to replace Begic. And Alexander splits the free throws. Oh, Reynolds drives the baseline. And they leave Bubnic all alone. He just flips it up and in. So the defense, too focused on Reynolds, allowed space for Bubnic. You see there, Olimpija already 6 of 8 from the field. Fiery start for them. Rich and Buva, full two-man game. Vesiloglu, another strip. And they're going to call a kick ball on Vesiloglu. It's another turnover for Besiktas, already their 4th. Meanwhile, Pressey will get a break, and here comes Ömer Utku Al. And we're going to see Robin Benzig also come in. Replacing Vesiloglu. So Benzig, of course, giving them a little bit more size. He's 6'10", but can stretch the floor with a three-pointer. Comes in 45% from 3. So Alexander will slide down to the small forward spot. Meanwhile, another steal. And Alexander breakaway, showtime! One-handed flush for Alexander. Already his second dunk of the game here in the first 5+ minutes. Oh, nice feed. And then the finish. Bubnic with a perfect pass to Lazic. And both teams playing quite well on offense so far. Meanwhile, Buva being fronted by Jones. Gets into the middle. Easy lefty hook for him. He's an animal there on the block. And a nice little poke away by Al, the ball. And we're going to call unsportsmanlike on Scotty Reynolds. So Al did a great job of poking the ball away. And then Reynolds using his legs to trap and prevent Al from moving. We'll see here again. Reynolds just doing his best to not allow the easy layup, but he gets called for the unsportsmanlike. And we have a timeout on the floor as Al will come back to shoot 2 free throws for Besiktas. Let's listen in on the huddle.
Front, break. Fight! You receive the ball, what we said. But foul, we are not getting ball, but hey, this is crucial things. Make a foul. Foul side or the...
See Petrol Olimpija yet to miss below the three-point line.
This, again. Jači pritisak na loptu. Gledaj ovo sad. Znači da je full court press, set the ball screen. Help him.
Meanwhile, Besiktas 5 of 9. They've also knocked down 1 3-pointer. You see this breakaway jam there by Joe Alexander. So Scotty Reynolds will get a rest, and that means Jan Span will likely come in, run point guard duties. Not the best start for Reynolds. Still scoreless. Meanwhile, Al gets the first of 2 free throws. And he misses the second. The Besiktas will maintain possession. Here's Rich. Oh, nice feed to Bova. Another dunk for Besiktas, who have been executing to perfection here in the first quarter. Getting a number of easy looks at the rim. Bova already at 7 points now. And then, wow, Samanic up for the dunk. Olimpija stays perfect from 2. 8 for 8 now. Ball goes inside to Benzik, has a mismatch on Lazic. Tough shot for Robin Benzik. Wow, what a way to get your first basket of the game. There's Span, who can definitely shoot it. Meanwhile, Lapornik has room, gets bumped, and 1 3-pointer. Jason Rich a little late on the closeout, and Lapornik with the high arcing 3 swishes through the bottom of the net. Take another look here. Rich didn't give him room to land, and Lapornik sees nothing but the nylon. Meanwhile, on the other end, Rich to Buva on the 2-man game. The 4-point play is completed. Rich will continue to run point. Good defense here from Olimpija. And they get a deflection. We've seen the intensity defensively, but both teams have still managed to get baskets. See that lob again from Span to Samanic was perfect. And Rich posting up inside draws a foul on Blaz Mesicek, who's just come in for the first time, using a little bit of muscle. Meanwhile, replacing Jason Rich is going to be Kyle Gibson, 6'5" shooting guard out of Los Angeles, number 22. Inbounds the ball there to Buva. Looks inside. Nice feed to Buva, who turns around strong. No foul called, a lot of contact. Meanwhile, Samanic over to Span. Here's Marvin Jones looking to go right. Alexander loses it, and out with another steal. Benzik draws a foul. It's going to be the 5th team foul against Olimpija with 2 free throws. So Marvin Jones couldn't quite stay in front of Benzik. Benzing knocks down the first free throw. And a near turnover there, Span and Samanic. Here's Samanic, gets inside, draws another foul. So 2 more free throws to come now for Olimpija, as both teams have been quite even. Alexander looking to strip the ball away. Meanwhile, number 9, Samet Gayik, has checked in for Besiktas, as Samanic knocks down the first free throw. Oh, the lob from Gibson. Nice catch there for Gayik. So Kyle Gibson doing a little bit of what Jason Ridge did in terms of distributing the ball to the big guys. Meanwhile, a foul. You see there, battling for position, Gayik, as Benzik pokes it away. And oh, good help side there from Kyle Gibson. Double team creates a steal. And on the other end, wow, the big block from Begic. So the possession will stay with Besiktas, with the 7-1 big man making his presence felt. Able to recover in time. Gayik went up a little weak. And another good near steal there from Mesicek. And Gayik corner 3. Oh, it's good. Sevi Gayik able to knock down the 3-pointer to give Besiktas a 5-point lead, 27 points on the board. Meanwhile, Samanic finds Spot, who hasn't shot yet until, never mind, he draws a foul. He'll get the chance to go to the free throw line. See there, Al tried to cut him off. Meanwhile, on the other end, Gayik with just the second 3-pointer. Besiktas currently 2 for 2 from 3. Obviously, most teams tend to jack up a lot of 3-pointers, but this one, only 5 total 3-pointers attempted in this first quarter thus far. As Span is able to knock down both free throws, you'd expect so as a 93% free throw shooter. Rich kicks it out. Al has to put it up. Shot clock winding down. Short on the jump shot. Just a couple of seconds. Spun from half court. No good. And at the end of the first quarter, Besiktas with a 3-point lead over Petrol Olimpija, 27-24. It's been a competitive 10 minutes thus far. Of course, in the battle, the bottom two teams in Group D trying to climb out. See the numbers so far, the game stats. Petrol Olimpija, 8 of 8 from the field, below the 3-point line, and 5 of 5 from the free throw line. But they haven't made Besiktas' job too difficult. Obviously, allowing them to put up 27 points. Couple of highlights from that first quarter. So a couple of performances in that first quarter. Buva, 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Meanwhile, Jason Rich, 5 points, 2 assists. And over for Petrol Olimpija. Lepornik with 6 points, including that 4-point play, of course. And then Drazen Bubnic also with 6 points. Overall, Olimpija shooting 9 of 12, 75%, yet still down 3, as they've given up 5 more attempts from Besiktas, who are currently 10 of 17, 59%. So both teams strong shooting. So Scotty Reynolds back in. And a foul inside on Benzig, trying to prevent the big man Bubic from getting the ball. And Begic is a big body there under the rim. Here's Samanic. Going right at Benzig. Oh, the offensive foul for sure. Used that elbow to create separation. And Samanic gets called for the offensive. You see here that left arm just raises up to the face of Benzig, who seems to be okay. Samanic, I'm sure didn't mean any harm. Just 18 years old, Luka Samanic, but a bright future. 6'10", power forward. We've seen him already catch an alley-oop. Meanwhile, here's Kyle Gibson. And a nice drive. And there's going to be a foul as Mutaf, looking to attack the basket. Probably had the dump-off pass, but will head to the free throw line nonetheless. As Begic picks up another foul. But Kan Maxim Mutaf, who's a bit of a gunner off the bench, very aggressive offensively, looks for his shot. He goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Meanwhile, oh, Blazicek, Maz can't hit it. Samanic putting the pressure on the backcourt. Mutaf crosses over and draws another foul. And that's what happens when you're aggressive. Samanic, who's a bit of a, we'll say, a speed disadvantage, gives up 9 inches there on Mutaf, then trying to reach. And the young man, he'll learn to use his length as a way to get space. Mutaf catch and shoot. 3 is good. And Mutaf already with 5 quick points in the second quarter. And another steal here for Besiktas. 2-on-2. Oh, the strong dunk and one. Wow, Samet Gayik off the beautiful find from Mutaf. Take another look here. The no-look dime. Gayik skies up to finish right over Bubnic, who was just trying to get out of the way. He gets called for the foul. Gayik. And we have a timeout on the floor. See the numbers again. Some phenomenal shooting from both teams here so far. Rebounding, not many rebounds to get for Petrol Olimpija. Take another look here at this highlight play for Gayik. And Gayik completes a 3-point play. So an 11-point lead all of a sudden here for Besiktas, as their second unit has been very, very impactful. And Marvin Jones gets the ball deflected. You see that Kyle Gibson knocks it out. It's gonna be actually 2 foul shots. Seemed like Gibson got a lot of the ball, but Marvin Jones will head to the free throw line. Jones can't hit the first free throw. And Mutaf again, seems like, oh, they give him the N1 continuation. I don't even think he realized that they were gonna count it. Take another look here, the foul right there. He picks up the ball, takes his 2 steps, and lays it high off the rim. And Mutaf, who's been in every way, shape, or form a difference maker here. 8 points, and hear this. Less than 3 minutes of play. He's only been in for 2 minutes and 45 seconds. He has 8 points and an assist already. And of course, that assist led to an N1. Oh, the long 3, banked in. Laportnik, again, his second high arcing 3. Meanwhile, 10-point game. Here's Mutaf again, another three. Why not? He's on fire. Can Maxim Mutaf, double figures, first player to reach that. Lapornik has 9, but what a stretch for Mutaf. Said he was a gunner, but he's playing incredibly right now. Meanwhile, nice deflection there from Gibson, preventing the skip pass. Corner three, knocked down. And that's Bubnic. So Olimpia looking to make a bit of a run here. Oh, I looking to split the double team. Benzig, the long three. Oh, the range. Robin Benzig. Wow. From the logo. You don't see that every game. Meanwhile, Span, can he answer? Too strong. Offensive rebound. Lazic able to bank it in off the glass. And this game has really picked up a little bit. Mutaf. Oh, the nice feed. Gayik. Another tough lane that time. And the two Turkish bench players connect for another basket. Oh, the steal, Gayik. Oh, another dunk. Besiktas doing everything right here in the first half. Give them 48 points already. As the pressure too much to handle for Olimpia. So already 21 points in the first 4+ minutes for Besiktas, as their bench has been dominant thus far. Already 31 points out of the 48 from their bench players. You see there, Al pokes it away, and Gayik able to chase it down. And Bubnic can't hit this one. Mutaf the rebound. Jason Rich back in. The horns, double high screens. Benzig pick and pop, little fake, gets a foul called, and he'll head to the free throw line as Olympia's in the penalty. See here, Benzig getting by Masicek. And Masicek discussing with the referee why the foul was caught on him. Not quite sure where we thought he could get away with. First free throw is good for Benzig. There's only been a total of 13 rebounds in this half so far, which is an astonishing number, but Besiktas has only missed 7 shots, while Olympia's only missed 6. So once again, both teams really on fire in terms of shooting. But the turnovers are killing Olimpia. And there's another one. Benzig to steal. Jason Rich decides to pull out. Mutaf goes straight at the basket. Oh, looking for Gayik. The extra pass. Benzig, top of the key. Another three-pointer for Besiktas. And Olimpia just can't stop this run. It's been an assault of threes and dunks for Besiktas, who are currently 6 of 6 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, offensive rebound putback is good from Lazic. But listen to this, Besiktas 18 of 25 from the field, 6 of 6 from 3, and also 13 assists. Here's Mutaf, looking for Kyle Gibson. He'll take a 3, and the first miss from beyond the arc on that last possession. Meanwhile, Mesicek probing, a lot of dribbling. Goes through a couple switches. And he takes a long three-pointer, not a great shot. And they're gonna call a foul. It's gonna be a technical foul on Blaž Mesicek. We saw that kind of brewing. He was talking to the referee earlier, thought that he got fouled on that three-pointer. And Benzik will take the technical free throw. So Benzik knocks that down before coming out of the game. Meanwhile, Sasa Nikitovic talking here to Blaž Mesicek. Besiktas enjoying an 18-point lead here at home in the first half. And a turnover, Gibson looking for Gaik. Too much traffic there in the lane. Here's Jan Span. Lepornik, another turnover. Vesiloglu. No numbers here for Besiktas. He pulls it back out. And they'll get organized. Bubnic switches on to Gaik. The rip through. Gets baseline. Follows his own miss and gets the putback. The Summit Gaik, who came into this game only averaging 2 points, has been a very, very different case tonight. 12 points already. Jones draws a foul on Alexander. So it's a 20-point deficit for Petrol Olimpija. Still 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. They've got plenty of time to turn it around. Take another look here. Alexander trying to contest. Marvin Jones is a little bit too tall, 7 feet exactly. Marvin Jones came in 7 points per game. And he misses the first free throw. Jones just a 57% free throw shooter, and he splits the two here. So Samanic comes back in. Kyle Gibson also going out over for Besiktas. Seeing some backcourt pressure now from Petrol Olimpija. They have to do whatever they can to disrupt this Besiktas offense. And Summit Gaik getting a nice ovation from the fans. Probably his best run of play. It also gave Ivan Buva plenty of rest. Meanwhile, Phil Pressey also back in. So all 5 starters in the game now for Besiktas, which could spell trouble for Olimpija. Vesiloglu gets to the lane, can't finish the layup. Alexander, shot clock didn't reset. Pressey, another air ball. So a good stop that time for Olimpija. Here's Jan Span. Can't hit. He's been very quiet. Meanwhile, Lazic, good offensive rebound. Another chance now for Olimpija. Samanic. Oh, the behind the back pass to Begic. And once again, Luka Samanic showing off the versatility. Able to put the ball on the floor and make the behind the back pass to the big. Good catch as well from Begic. Here's Rich. Little step back. No good with the mid-range. Lepornik, oh, the tough call against Jason Rich. And that's now 5 team fouls on Besiktas, which means Lepornik will head to the free throw line once we come back from the timeout. So 55-38, minute and 12 seconds remaining in the first half. It's been an exciting game so far. Besiktas 19 of 31 from the field. Also 11 from 14 from the free throw line, and then knocking down 6 3-pointers. So their aggressiveness has really paid off. See that the top scorers, Gaik with 14 points, Benzik 12, Mutaf 11. And if you notice, all 3 of those players came off the bench in today's game. You really don't see that with 3 leading scorers have played probably the fewest minutes. Meanwhile, over for Olimpija, it's Bubnic and Lapornik carrying the scoring load. Interestingly enough, today, Besiktas with 10 total rebounds, 5 offensive, 5 defensive, but they came into this game having grabbed the fewest offensive rebounds per game of all the teams in the BCL this season. And they've also scored the fewest second chance points, but when you're shooting like this and able to convert on your first chances, you can understand why those stats can sometimes be a little bit misleading. Lapornik at the free throw line, looking for his 10th point. And can't hit the first. Lapornik, an 85% free throw shooter. So you expect him to convert the second one. And he does just that. So we're nearing the 1-minute mark of the second quarter. Here's Ivan Buva back on the block. Alexander loses it, has to put it up. Kyle Gibson, and the shot clock expired. We're gonna have a dead ball situation. So a couple of clumsy possessions for Besiktas, especially with their starters actually. And then Jason Rich did go to the bench as he picked up his second personal foul. Pressio the steal. Meanwhile, Alexander, they're gonna call a common foul for now. Take another look here. Alexander winding it up, and Samanic didn't really make a play on the ball, but Alexander did not fall, and usually the fall can make things a little bit worse. So Samanic, fortunate, although they might take a look at this on the replay. It's exactly what the referees are going to do. Check the monitor to determine the severity of this foul, whether they'll give it a common foul or unsportsmanlike foul. I do believe they might give it an unsportsmanlike. Let's take another look here. And it will indeed be an unsportsmanlike. So 2 foul shots plus the possession for Besiktas and Joe Alexander. As Samanic, you're going to see that pretty often, honestly, on the breakaway, when a player has a chance to dunk it or he's flying pretty fast and you don't make a proper clean play on the ball and you get more body than the ball, it's tough. And that's not on Lazic, that was on Samanic. So Luka Samanic now with 3 fouls. Meanwhile, Alexander knocking down the free throw. Joe Alexander, who's Taiwanese, also American. Spent a lot of time in China, but as a young person, attending the International School of Beijing before heading off to West Virginia, playing for Coach Bob Huggins. And he was ultimately a lottery pick of the Milwaukee Bucks. Joe Alexander, who has been a prominent name in European play over the last decade or so. Here's Rich back in the game now. Can he make it a 4-point possession? Oh, the nice block from Lazic prevents the layup. Meanwhile, a chance here for Olimpija to creep into the deficit before the half. The shot clock It's about 1.5 seconds faster than the game clock. Lepornik finds Spine in the corner. Step back three. No good. And Buba will get a rebound but won't have the chance to launch. So at the half, it is 57-39. Besiktas with the 18-point lead over Petrol Olimpija. Jan Span there heading back to the locker room. Just 2 points, 0 of 4 shooting. So they'll definitely need him to pick up the offensive slack in the second half. Meanwhile, Besiktas putting up 57 points on the board, including 30 here in the second quarter. They go plus 15 in the second, thanks to some phenomenal shooting, 13 of 25 from 2, 6 of 8 from 3, plus 13 free throws. Meanwhile, Olimpija, very, very efficient inside the arc, not so much from beyond. And you see there 10 steals already for Besiktas. Very disrupting defensive performance so far. 12 turnovers in that half for Olimpija. And those extra possessions have really paid off for Besiktas. As you see the leaders, Samet Geyik, 14 points. Lepornik leads the way with 10 for Olimpija. And it's, again, the bench players, Ömer Utkul with 3 steals in that first half. And you see that again, the 3 leading scorers, all bench players for Besiktas. Meanwhile, Lepornik, Bubnic, and Lazic leading the way for Olimpija. So far, Scotty Reynolds and Jan Span, 2 of the leading scorers, were held scoreless in that first half. So we'll take a look at some of the highlights of the first 20 minutes. There were a number of highlight plays, a lot of dunks, some alley-oops, some three-pointers, some phenomenal passing, transition play, unselfish play, just like that. Rich to Alexander. Meanwhile, in other actions so far in Group D, in probably the game of the night, Prometheus Patras against Segafredo Virtus Bologna. Currently a 5-point lead for Bologna on the road after the first quarter. And in that game, Prometheus Patras, Nicolas Chairelis already with 10 points in the first quarter. Meanwhile here, Joe Alexander was a name that we called more than once. So leading scorers, we mentioned Samet Geyik with 14 points. Robin Benzik with 12 points. Mutaf with 11. And then Alexander and Buba both with 7 points. Jason Rich with 5. Over for Olimpija. Lepornik 10 points. Bubnic 9. And then Begic and Lazic both with 6 apiece. Mutaf, who definitely say his energy got the main run started. Just a 3-point game at the end of the first quarter, remember. But then Mutaf came in and made some electrifying plays just like that. again, turning defense into instant offense. Seen a lot of breakaways so far, uncontested dunks. And then, of course, that three-pointer from Benzik in transition. So the unselfish play, a lot of open looks for Besiktas. Meanwhile, Olimpija struggling a little bit more to get good looks at the basket. We'll be back in the second half shortly. All right, we are finally ready for the second half action. Third quarter just about to get underway. These first 3 or 4 minutes are going to be crucial for Olimpija to determine whether or not they have a chance to kind of creep back into this scoreline, or if you're Besiktas, do you keep your foot, or you try obviously to keep your foot on the gas and blow this one away. It's an 18-point game at the moment. We'll see if Sasa Nikitovic has made any changes to his lineup. It looks like Jan Span will get the starting nod over Scotty Reynolds. So Scotty Reynolds has been benched here in the second half to start off. Might have picked up a little knock. And Phil Pressey will run the show. Kyle Gibson also starting here over Vesiloglu. Meanwhile, Jason Rich, high screen from Buva, strong screen. Gibson inside to Buva. He's got 3 seconds to get a shot off. The right-hand jump hook, no good. Good defense that time from Begic. And Begic on the other end now, going at Buva. Oh, what a spin move, and a finish as well. The finger roll. Wow, Mirsad Begic with his 8th point, hasn't missed yet from the field. Pressey, Alexander Gibson, catch and shoot, 3 on the wing is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Kyle Gibson. Finally able to get his first field goal. And a whistle off the ball. It's going to be against Jason Rich. And that's going to be his 3rd personal foul, which will bring player off the bench. Take another look here. Gibson in rhythm. Perfect release and follow through, as Alexander is actually the one who's going to be sent back to the bench. Span, oh, the nice feed. And Bubnic unable to hit the 3, but Begic able to follow. There's Laportnik. Little pocket pass, and Begic will head to the free throw line for 2. Take another look here. Nice feed there from Laportnik. And Buva definitely commits the foul. So it's the first foul against Ivan Buva. Begic with a chance to go into double figures. Makes the first. Two for 2 for Begic. He's now 4 for 4 from the field and 2 for 2 from the foul line, 10 points. Here's Pressey facing the pressure from Span. Another good screen from Gibson. Rich gets to the middle of the floor and hits the mid-range jump shot. Jason Rich started the game aggressively, became more of a facilitator. Meanwhile, Pressey trying to put pressure in the backcourt. He's really good at it. He's definitely a pest for any point guard, but he picks up a foul right there, reaching, going for the steal. Of course, Pressey One-time player for the Boston Celtics. Meanwhile, Begic can't finish this time. The offensive rebound. Lazic in traffic, able to bank it in. Strong move that time by Alexander Lazic. And it's 62-43. 45 actually. 17-point game. Gibson, another three. This time a little short. Chance for Olimpija to run. Span looking for the trailer, and they reset. Lepornik drives strong to the cup for two, going right at Jason Rich. Mia Lepornik, who's usually more of a spot-up shooter, showing you the other dimensions of his game right there. Buva traveled, shuffled his foot. He's trying to show the referee what he did, but definitely committed a violation there. Take another look. His right foot moved before he put the ball down. Meanwhile, Pressey will head back to the bench. And Omer Utku Al, number 4, back in. He was very, very good in that first half, running the show. Meanwhile, Lepornik can't hit that three. Offensive rebound again. Goes to Olimpija. They continue to hustle. And Span, the nice lefty lay-in. And it's a little mini run here for Olimpija as they cut it down to 13. Meanwhile, Besiktas, it's Kyle Gibson. This time, oh, smart play by Lepornik, slapping it off the rim. So not allowed to bounce in. And, oh, it's just Al who fell down. And a three-pointer from Span in the corner. And it's a 10-point game. So we talked about the first 4 to 5 minutes of this third quarter being crucial, and they have definitely gone in favor of Petrol Olimpija. See here the battle for the offensive rebound. The pressure in the backcourt. Kick ball, but shot clock will stay at 16. Foul as there's a collision between Gibson and Gaik. You see here, tough call on Lepornik. The two teammates ran into each other, and Gaik definitely got the worst of that, has the bloody nose. Oh, nice move from Gibson to turn around fadeaway. And the three-pointer drops again from Spahn. Back-to-back trays for him. For the first time in a while, it's a single-digit game. There's able to get into the lane, and he throws it over out of bounds. Al, who doesn't usually look for his own shot, and then he crashes into the wall as well. So Besiktas starting to get beaten up a little bit here. As you see here, Spahn giving a little bit too much space and launches the three. So a chance to cut it down to 7 or 6 even. Here's Spahn, gets into the lane, a little floater, no good. Able to get his own rebound. He has an easy three, knocks it in. Wow, Spahn, 3 threes in a row. It is a 6-point game. The run, 19-7. Meanwhile, Buva, he can't answer, and they're gonna call a foul on Lazic. We'll take another look. Thought he had a clean block. Good pass from Gibson. Buva looking to get to the other side. Meanwhile, in this pass, you see Al got hit in the face and then slammed it to the camera. So doubly painful for him. Meanwhile, Buva able to hit the free throw. But Spahn, who was very quiet in that first half, scoreless, now with 13 points in a matter of just a few minutes. So obviously, Nikitovic inserting him into the starting lineup has paid off here so far, though he is on the bench now. Mesicek unable to hit the little runner. And there's a whistle called against Lazic again. Meanwhile, in the game for Olimpija, number 11, Marko Simonovic. You see there Lazic. Lazic from Bosnia. Bubnic will come out. So will Lazic. As he picks up his 4th foul. Here's Buva, goes right at Simonovic, and one opportunity. Marko Simonovic, 19 years old, can't hang with the big man Buva. You see Buva able to get to that middle, and the Croatian big man now in double figures, 11 points. Buva, who's been very consistent this year. He scored 16+ points in 5 of his 6 BCL appearances, which is the most by any player in the competition this season. So can Buva add to his point tally here? He does just that. 3-point play for him. 12 points on the night. Here's Begic. Oh, the nice feed and the finish. Jan Rebic, who had just checked in, gets his first basket on his first touch. Rebic, one of the members of the Slovenian national team. Meanwhile, Buva can't connect. And Jason Rich, a chance here. Stops and pops and hits the two. Meanwhile, number 19 for Besiktas, Burak Yildiz, also doing work. He was the one who created that second chance opportunity. It's back up to 11. Quick 5-0 run for Besiktas. 9 points for Rich. Here's Rebic inside to Begic. And a foul, 2 free throws to come. Buva committing his second personal. See Mutaf. On the other end, Rich. Florida State Seminole. First free throw is good for Begic, who's played a very good game thus far. Only 2 rebounds. He does have 2 blocks. Of course, now 11 points, potentially 12. And second free throw, no good. Benzi gets it inside from Buva. And a nice block that time. Samanic. So he's had his name called quite a bit here tonight. Very active. Oh, good spin move, but he can't finish it, Yidzin. Meanwhile, Blas Mesicek is just 0 of 3 so far, and again, a strong move from Begic. He's been an animal in that low post. Oh, big screen from Buva. Rebic continues to play. Rich turns the corner, gets it to the lane. Tough shot, no good. And Rich is furious. No fouls called. Meanwhile, in the backcourt, Mutaf commits a foul. And things are getting a little chippy here in the third quarter. Yep, definitely there. Meanwhile, Yeg able to come back to the game after getting the bloody nose to stop. While Nikitovic continues to go to his bench. So we see Simonovic and Samanic. Very young group of guys in this team. Simonovic 19, Samanic 18. Mesicek also just in his early 20s. Shot no good from Mutaf, and it's a 6-point game. Potentially a chance to cut it to 4 or 3. What a quarter for Olimpija. Samanic for 3. Oh, just a little bit too strong. Benzi comes away with the rebound. Oh, it's still there from Rebic. And then a foul. So Besiktas putting Rebic on the foul line. You see Rebic amidst 3 players in white, able to come away with the ball. First free throw, no good. Goes 1 for 2 from the line. 5-point game still. This is Gajic trying to go at Semenovic. Oh, the nice pass, and then the finish. Yücel, his first 2 points of the night. So Burak Yücel plays about 5 minutes per game. Mesicek, the lefty, short again. He's been cold all night. Mutaf, the nice lead-up pass. And Yücel, they're going to call a foul as Yücel took a hard fall. See here once again, Rebic's first basket. Former Slovenian Cup MVP, and the other end, Rebic, who did get a lot of the ball, but if you fall hard enough, Yücel, as Jason Rich talking to the coaching staff. First free throw is good for Burak Yücel. And the 24-year-old Turk will get a chance to add on a second free throw. And he does just that to put the lead back up to 9. So Besiktas been a little bit nervous as the shot clock and game clock are nearly identical by 1 or 2 seconds off. Gibson all over Span. And Span able to get by him and lays it up and in. So the ball pressure didn't work out. Meanwhile, Benzig puts up a 3 at the buzzer, bounces off. And it's a 7-point game, 75-68 after 3 quarters. And we're gonna have a thrilling 4th quarter, I'm sure. As now Petrol Olimpija puts 29 points on the board and holds Besiktas to 18. The plus 11 advantage in that 3rd quarter cuts this 18-point deficit down to 7 for Olimpija. See the stats, Besiktas really cooling off from 2. Meanwhile, Olimpija very consistent throughout the game from 2. They've knocked down 6 3-pointers. And they've also managed to get to the foul line a little bit. Here are the highlights. Begic, who was a force in that 3rd quarter. And if you consider the fact that Besiktas, you see the breakdown by points for quarters. Besiktas with a 20-point lead at one point. But lately, it's been all Petrol Olimpija. They haven't led for much of the game, just 2 minutes, but they have the timeout, the possession, and it's seemingly the desire and the fight to get back into this one and pick up their 2nd win of the BCL season. Here's Mesicek inside to Samanic. Has the height advantage over Mutaf. Oh, the nice skip pass. Tough shot, Span air ball, and Besiktas comes away with it. We'll see how they choose to run their offense here down the stretch. Obviously, time and score, something you always want to be aware of, but they need to remain aggressive. Mutaf going right at Rebic. Kicks it out. Gajic for three. No good. And ball goes off of Mutaf, out of bounds. So Mesicek, who's been, again, quiet. And it's a foul from the outside. Summit Gajic trying to hedge just a little bit too late. And Lapornik able to draw the foul. Meanwhile, Kyle Gibson replaces Mutaf. We haven't seen Vesiloglu in the second half. Also limited minutes for Presley and Joe Alexander. There's Mesicek again, another tough shot, but this time it falls for him. Finally knocks down his first field goal of the game. Before that, he only had 3 fouls and 2 turnovers in the box score. Meanwhile, Benzig with the quick score, a bit too easy. Go inside the Begic. See, and Begic going right at Gajic. Meanwhile, Al trying to hold Mesicek. Gets called for the foul. So it's getting close to crunch time. 7-point game here in Istanbul. Mesicek, they caught a foul, so he'll head to the free throw line for 2. Besiktas not too happy with the call. Tough break for them defensively. Take another look here. It's definitely a tough call, but Mesicek initiated the contact. Gajic did put his hand down a little bit. In doing so, commits the foul. So 2 for 2 for Mesicek. Gajic will get a rest. And a foul on Rebic, about 30 feet from the basket. So you got to stay low in your defensive stance. Here's Benzig now. And another foul, this time on Bubnic. So the 32-year-old giving up a few inches on Benzig. Continues to battle defensively. The two are matched up here now on the wing. Benzig draws the help. Gets it back. Puts the ball down. Yields the lead for 3, no good. Another rebound for Begic. And again, Olimpija gets another key stop. Meanwhile, Ali looking to put pressure on Mesicek to go inside to Begic. Health side is clogging the lane. Begic can't hit the jump hook. And Gibson secures the defensive board. Another foul on the block, this time on Lapornik. You see there, the two guys battling on the block. So Gibson looking to go right back at Lapornik, same position.
Oh, good footwork, and he gets to the glass. Strong move that time from Kyle Gibson. Meanwhile, Olimpija continues to stay close. And a steal here from Al. Skips it over to Benzig, the strong drive. Almost a chance at the and one, but it heads to the free throw line for two. You see here, Benzig catches the ball, goes straight to the basket. And a timeout on the floor called by Olimpija. See the numbers again. Both teams shooting relatively well. Besiktas probably take more threes.
Because they really looking for finish. Attention only, number 13. Side pick and roll. Opposite side the screen. With 4 we can switch. With 5 is yellow. And offense. Next offense.
So Benzig now at the foul line. And misses on the first, rolls around the rim. And 0 for 2 for Benzig. Meanwhile, that shot no good. And Olimpija already in the bonus with over 6.5 to go in this one. So Besiktas, see Mesicek missing another shot, and that push in the back. So Buva with 2 free throws to come. Knocks down the first. Two for 2 for him, and you see Buva did not like that play, getting boxed out by a guard.
See the free throw numbers pretty even actually. And Lepornik draws a foul as he caught Jason Rich's hand in the cookie jar. You see there, the rip through. Forces the contact. Now both teams will be in the penalty the rest of the way as Vesiloglu comes in for Jason Rich, who now has 4 fouls. So Ivanovic likely kidding him for the last part. Span gets the screen. The lob, tough pass, and he can't catch it. So it's a turnover as Span and Simonovic can connect. Here comes Al. Gibson pulls it back out.
Screen with Buva. Gibson, shot clock winding down. The cutter, Vesiloglu banks it in. Good offense that time, good patience from Gibson. And then a great cut from Vesiloglu for his first points of the night here midway through the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, Lapornik, the pullback behind the dribble. Span, a lot of dribbling. Lapornik will probably have to hoist it up. He does. No great close on that three-pointer. And the 11-point lead again for Besiktas. Olimpia need a stop here. They go to Buva. Takes a little bump. Runner no good. Good defense from the Slovenian squad. Here's Spen. Oh, gets by. And a nice tip. No, Simonovic can't finish. So Olimpia is getting chances, but not converting. Meanwhile, a lot of players looking very tired, gingerly jogging down the court. Slight deflection. Gibson retreats and gets it back. Long three for Gibson, no good. Simonovic the rebound. So officially no Scotty Reynolds in this second half for Petrol Olimpija. Oh, nice pass, Simonovic, a two-handed flush. Span with another nice find. Delivers the ball right on the money, and we're gonna get a timeout on the floor as Ivanovic wants to make sure his defense is organized. You see there the furiousness of the Buva.
No easy score now, no runs, no easy score. Simple things, let's go.
So Benzik leading the way with 14 points.
Four flash. Okay? Hi, you play here. Screen. Doing this move, we have time. We need pressure with under 6 every time it's yellow, hey. But when he starts, stop the ball, pressure the big ball.
See once again that beautiful pass there from Jan Span. Simonovic uncontested at the rim. Though Simonovic will head back. So in the final stretch, the last 4 minutes, we have 4 bench players for Besiktas. Vesiloglu, the lone remaining starter. Here's Kyle Gibson. Gajic goes right at Begic in a strong move as Gajic finally gets his first field goal of the second half. He's now got 16 points to lead all scorers. Surprise leading scorer here. And a tough shot from Lazic, but Begic there for the rebound. And he'll head to the free throw line as Benzik couldn't quite box him out. So in that first half, with Benzik, Gajic, and Mutaf on the double figures, you expected Besiktas to really pull away, but it's been a completely different story as Olimpia have hung around. And big miss that time from Lukas Begic, leaving points on the board. 1 for 2 for Begic. He's now got 14 points to go to his 4 rebounds. Oh, Gibson. Good defense there from Laporte to cut off the baseline drive. Gaik gets inside. Oh, foul called. And Gaik will head to the free throw line. Looked like he was ready to throw it down. You see the strip initially. 3 different Olimpia players making contact with the ball. So a foul is called. First free throw drops for Samet Gaik. What a game for him now. 17 points. Make that 18. To put into context, he came into this game with 19 total points. His previous season high was just 8 in the BCL. Also had a DNP coach's decision, so you consider his 18 points tonight, it's almost completely out of nowhere. But still very welcome, I'm sure, from these fans here in Istanbul. Here's Kyle Gibson. Oh, nice spin move. Benzik, and 1. Draws the foul. And Samanic fouls out. Puts his head down and walks straight to the bench. Tough way to go out for the young 18-year-old. Meanwhile, you see Benzik, the veteran, getting to the cup. And timeout on the floor as well. As Benzik now with 16 points, just 2 behind Gaik for the scoring lead. And we're ready now for the final stretch of the 4th quarter, 2.5 minutes to go. Exciting times here in Istanbul. This Group D matchup as Besiktas looking to get their 3rd victory. They're so close to it, up 14 points. So Benzik will have 1 free throw here. Potentially push this game out a little bit further. And he knocks it down calmly. Here's Bubnic. Over the Pornik. Little step back, tough shot, offensive rebound. Bubnic lays it up and in. Meanwhile, Besiktas has a big game against Galatasaray coming up this weekend. And offensive rebound, the shot clock resets to 14. And steal, Lapornik, span the lob. What a pass. Oh, what a play. Lazic with the throwdown, easily the play of the game. The vision from Span to locate Lazic running the wing. And then the alley-oop throwdown, one-handed catch and finish. Unbelievable play in what's essentially garbage time. Meanwhile, Good defense from Olimpija, forcing a tough shot. Here comes Lazic, spins away, fumbles it, Sven. Passes on the first three. Looking to get Benzik off balance, little step back. Oh, what a shot from Sven. Benzik was turning in circles, and it's now an 8-point game. 51 seconds to go. So you have to admire the no-quit attitude displayed here by Petrol Olimpija down the stretch. Meanwhile, Besiktas struggling to put the game away. They've had numerous chances to do so, and have just allowed Petrol Olimpija to hang around. See the field goal numbers. Petrol Olimpija shooting better from 2, Olimpija better from 3. Meanwhile, Petrol Olimpija will be back in action against FMP on Friday. Over in the Adriatic League. You see once again the highlight play, Sven. It almost seemed like he was throwing a, well, it was a no-look alley-oop essentially. Knew exactly what he wanted to do before he caught the ball. Lazic with the athletic move. That will definitely be in the top 5. Meanwhile, Jason Rich back in to make sure everything goes smoothly these last 40 seconds with the 8-point advantage. Puts his head down, draws a foul, and they'll head to the free throw line for 2. So Rich going right at Mesicek. First free throw is good for Jason Rich. He's now got 10 points, so double figures for Rich again. Came in averaging about 11 points per game. And he goes 2 for 2 on his first trip to the foul line. And we're gonna have another timeout on the floor, as Besiktas has a 10-point lead. So it's definitely been a strange game. Besiktas with an unbelievable first half where they were up 57-39 at the break. But then since then, Petrol Olimpija with a astonishing third quarter to cut the lead by 18 to single digits, and eventually cut it all the way down to 4. So down the stretch, Besiktas really putting the hammer down, pushed it back out to double digits. Meanwhile, the shooting has been good for both teams throughout. You see both of them clearing 50%. Jan Span now with 18 points and 6 assists. Again, off the bench, Scotty Reynolds in 8 minutes to play, scoreless. Lapornik, tough shot, short, and that might, oh, they're gonna call a foul. Lapornik in the backcourt. So more free throws to come now for Odmer Utkual. 1 point on the night so far for him. Does have 4 steals though. A very pesky defender. Just 5'10". Good on the first free throw. He goes 2 for 2. Push the lead out to 12 as Besiktas. Not sure everyone knows that they're winning this game here at home. And here, last couple possessions of the game. Lazic looking to go one-on-one against Gajic. Little crossover. And the layup no good. Rebound, Lazic. And he puts the 2 in to make it a respectable 10-point game. Meanwhile, Al chucks it up. And at the end of this one, Besiktas with a 10-point win over Petrol Olimpija, 94-84. It was a good game of basketball here on game day 7 of the Basketball Champions League in Group D. As Besiktas picks up their 3rd win, they move to 3-4. Meanwhile, Petrol Olimpija will stay at the bottom of Group D as they drop to 1-6. So once again, Besiktas Sompo Japan coming away victorious, 10-point margin here in Istanbul. And you see the appreciation from the players towards the fans. Leading scorer tonight, that man right there, Samet Gajic, 18 points on 7 of 10 shooting. Also had 3 assists. Meanwhile, on the other end, Jan Span also with 18 points to lead Petrol Olimpija. In the end, for Besiktas, 5 players in double figures, led by Gajic with 18, Benzik with 17, Buva 14, and then Mutaf and Jason Rich 11 apiece. Over for Olimpija, they had 5 players in double figures, led by, of course, Span. As you see the shooting numbers, Olimpija 59% from 2, just 35% from 3. Also 10 more free throws made by Besiktas, which were the difference. The rebounding numbers did favor Olimpija, but that's mostly because both teams shot well, right? And then 20 assists on their 30 field goals for Besiktas, doing a great job sharing the ball. The turnovers, not too sloppy. Olimpija did a much better job in the second half, considering they had 12 turnovers in that first half. Besiktas just kind of cooling off the defensive intensity it's seen at certain points. Both players for Olimpija and Besiktas led the way with 18 points, and Span and Gajic. Lazic with 8 rebounds, and Span also 6 assists in this one. Meanwhile, Omer Urkul Al 4 steals, and Begic, the big man, with 2 steals and 2 blocks to go with his 14 points. And then the 3 leading scorers finally, Span, Lapornik, and Begic, and Gajic, Benzik, and Buva. So we will surely take you through the highlights here in just a moment, as the court has been cleared very, very quickly. A couple fans still lurking around, but we see the highlights now of the game. And we'll point out a couple other players who had some notable performances. Alexander Lazic, 12 points, 8 rebounds. Mihail Lapornik, 14 points, 3 rebounds. Drazen Bubnic, 11 points and 4 rebounds. And of course, the big man, Mirza Begic, with 14 and 4, including 2 steals and 2 blocks. Both of these teams will be taking a break in terms of the Basketball Champions League competition, as game day 7 concludes the first round of games. We'll be back for game day 8, which tips off in 3 weeks from now on Tuesday, the 11th of December. Besiktas Sompo Japan will be back here in Istanbul at the Besiktas Akatalar Arena to host Medi Bayreuth. The German side has also been a struggle in the first match of those two teams. Besiktas winning on the road in Bayreuth 78-70. Meanwhile, Petrol Olimpija, after dropping to 1-6, their next game day action will be again on the road in Strasbourg at the Arena Sport Arena. And Strasbourg got to be the best of these two teams, 81-71 over Petrol Olimpija in the first game day. So they'll be looking for a little bit of revenge on the road. in early December. So once again, in terms of the scheduling, game day 7 today, and a couple more games to go. And game day 8 will be in 3 weeks. There'll be game day 9 following that, and there will be another break over the December winter break holidays until January. Meanwhile, in other action in Group D, it's actually a tie game between undefeated Virtus Bologna and then the team with just one loss, Prometheus Patras, in the fourth quarter of that Group D heavyweight matchup, 70-70 at the moment. Pietro Aradori with 20 points to lead all scorers. Meanwhile, Sarelis for Prometheus with 17 points. So if you're a fan of one of these two teams, you see again that big dunk there from Lazic, actually pass from Spawn. But if you're a fan of Olimpija or Besiktas, you obviously want to keep your eye on that one. Meanwhile, we will leave you with the Group D standings as they currently stand. Those will be updated once again after the Bologna-Patras game. Thank you so much for tuning in to this big BCL matchup. Once again, Besiktas victorious, picking up their third win over at Petrol Olimpija. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night.